Can you hear me now? I'm going to go with no.
This is episode 61 of the Sit Down Podcast, and I am Shad Hodgman of the Hightailers.
There you
Beauty.
go. Perfect.
Nice.
Yep.
So welcome.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
It looks like it's nice outside.
It is. It's like I'm in the shade a little bit, but it's pretty nice. My wife and I just bought this house a couple months ago, so we're enjoying the backyard and stuff.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that's in Prince Albert?
No, this is in North Battleford, so it's kind of in the last 2 years we've all spread out, not far though. So we were all grew up in Prince Albert, and then Sam, our bass player, he was actually going to U of S, in and out of Saskatoon, between PA and Saskatoon for quite a few years, and he's back in Saskatoon. And then I moved to North Battleford, and Mark's my brother who drums. He followed me like 2 years later. He followed me here, so two of us are in North Battleford. And then Steven, our guitar player, is a nurse in PA. So one of us is in PA still, and the rest of us are a little bit away.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, with COVID and all, you're not getting together, obviously. But
Yeah.
how would that work if let's say, we might eventually go back to doing shows? How does that work?
Well, that's the dream. So kind of how lots of our songs have been written is I kind of come up with on the acoustic, usually come up with like a structure, and then I take it to Mark really quick on the drums. We really emphasize rhythm a lot, or like we just take it really seriously, like banging out the rhythm first. And then so me and Mark usually kind of get that structure done. So this last little bit, we've actually been able to, me and Mark get together, do a bunch of writing, and then kind of get the other guys in as we go, and then Sam plays bass, and so bass and drums I feel like are pretty important to us, so that's kind of the next step. And then Steven does electric, and he just does kind of like really nice fiddly like icing stuff on the top. But so we've been able to do some writing, and haven't played a show since last February. We played one in PA that was really fun, and then we've kind of just been focusing on writing stuff since then. But we're still hoping. It was kind of a bummer because we were trying to get everyone together to like maybe jam and do some demoing, and then these new restrictions just happened, so that's kind of out the window. And then Steven's also getting married in like 2 weeks, so we won't see him for a while, I think.
Oh man.
We were actually discussing
Mark said that
before.
earlier. I was like, I'm just gonna get on his case and ask him why is he getting married. Like, just shit all over getting married. But I won't, buddy. Just joking.
Well, that's with us. We've had a bunch of us getting married. I just had a kid too. I got married, and then Mark got married, and then Steven's getting married. So we got Sam
why
left.
are you having kids?
Because COVID, there's not much else to do, you know.
You gotta stay warm and
yeah.
Here, right?
She actually like got here a little before that, our daughter, but I don't know. Kids are cool. I was kind of just telling someone the other day. It's like actually a bunch of what I do for writing songs now is I like plop her down on the couch beside me, and if she'll be like crying, full on crying, and if I play guitar she kind of settles down. So if I'm writing something and she keeps not crying, then I keep it. If she's crying, she's kind of the judge now.
Right.
It's actually, it actually helps me like get stuff done though.
So when she grows up, you're gonna play Ariana Grande songs then, I guess.
I don't know. This is my thinking, is I play her all these weird songs with weird dissonant chords and stuff. She's gonna grow up thinking that like Ariana Grande is super weird, you know, like major chords all the time.
How did the two of you get in touch with each other?
Me and Mark?
Yeah.
Well, you messaged us. I don't know how long ago that was now, a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't remember exactly how I got on your tail.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
But I think it had something to do with Joel Rose, maybe,
Okay. Yeah.
because you know Joel.
Yeah. And that last show we played like in February, Joel put that on, and we've kind of just like just helped each other. I mean, he does lots of promoting, but like there's been times where he puts on a show and then he has to run away, so we do sound for him and stuff like that. And yeah, so he's been a good guy to know.
Was that for the Chesterfest?
Yeah, that was the last thing we did. Yeah.
Okay, it's starting to dawn on me. Because
Oh yeah, were you at that?
no, but well, the initial Chesterfest we sponsored and we were there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then the littler shows after that, and
Yeah,
leading up to the next one that didn't happen. I guess that's how we kind of got in touch.
okay, yeah.
Thought I'd reach out, like a local band. It doesn't get very much more local than PA, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
How long have there's 4 of you, right?
Yeah.
In the band? How long have the 4 of you been playing music together?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's been since I was in grade 10. Was kind of
So 4
when
years ago.
Yeah, so last year. No, just kidding.
I can't even remember how that was. So it's been like 13 years or something. That's just like we started jamming grade 10. We were all into like Rancid, so we were playing like Maxwell Murder covers and stuff and just hanging out. And yeah, met Sam in high school and Steven, and then me and Mark are brothers. So Sam's dad had like a little jam space studio thing, so he just said come jam sometime, and like we just never stopped really. But we were just playing like Rancid and the Clash covers at first, and then started writing. At first I played bass and Sam played guitar, and then I kind of started writing more songs, and then we switched. But yeah, so it's been a long time since we've been like jamming. And then I can't remember when we officially like, okay, let's like write music and start a band, but it was probably like grade 11 or 12. Like we were in high school, and then right after high school we were all doing different things for a little bit, and then ended up back all being in PA and just really like wanted to do more. So I think that's probably when we released the first EP, and then it was like a couple years, and then we released like a little album too. But like, yeah, us playing together has been like half of our lives probably at this point. And it's like really cool actually, because you when you play music with people that long, you really connect, and then you try playing music with other people and you're like, this is just weird, right? Like you don't have the same vocabulary and connection and stuff. So it's really cool. Like whenever now, like you were saying with COVID, we haven't been able to jam for a while. When we do actually get together and play, it's really cool. Like it's a really fun moment where you don't have to like work hard. You just jump back in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like riding a bike, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time you were in Prince Albert?
Well, so my parents are still there. When did we visited just like it's probably like a month ago now, when restrictions were loosened a little bit. And then we do go back quite a bit. Like we have lots of friends and family there. So, and Steven's there, our guitar player. So we're there as much as we can, really. Like we still like it there a lot.
Right.
So if you like it so much in PA, what are you doing in North Battleford?
It's just a dream, just a everyone wants to move to North Battleford. So
really,
it's no. It's funny because it's like PA is always on the top like 3 for crime statistics in Canada, and then North Battleford's number 1, and we're like, we're going there. Going for number 1. So yeah, I got a job. I teach young offenders carpentry. So like carpentry is like the trade I was in, but then I kind of wanted to do more like work with like at-risk youth and stuff. So that's that job was in North Battleford, and that's actually the same reason my brother Mark came. He's working at the same program. So it's kind of like a government assisted program where we work with young offenders. And yeah, so, and actually that's all the guys in the band now pretty much. Well, Steven's a nurse, so he's like working with people a lot. And then Sam studied for social work for a long time, and he's done lots of like worked at different youth homes and stuff. So like there's in points where we're all kind of doing like kind of social work stuff.
Right. So the carpentry, like the online thing, so that's you teaching that online?
No, so what I'm doing now is my it's like my last section of learning before I'm a journey person, and then the hope is that that'll kind of help with the program I'm in, that I could maybe teach these young guys. If they're really into the trade, then I can get them like into the apprenticeship program and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool, man. Very cool.
I think there are a lot of musicians in that, maybe not that specifically, but that area of work.
Yeah, I've heard of quite a bit.
Yeah, no, just working with some sort of social services type thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just kind of working for the government.
Yeah.
There's good lots of vacation days for playing shows.
Yeah. It might actually be, or a teacher, like a school teacher.
Yeah,
like
teachers. Yeah, or a sub too. Like that would be actually in the future. I could really see like doing subbing, and then you just kind of make your own schedule.
Yeah,
if you're doing more music stuff. Yeah,
that's what Chris Henderson was doing for a while, and then he ended up getting like, didn't he get a contract or something for like a year, and then he fortunately got to renew it during COVID. So he was like, "Oh, right on! Like I've got a job."
Yeah.
COVID.
But then he was like, "Oh, this is taking a lot of time away from my music making."
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's still teaching right now.
You should reach out to him. Chris, if you're watching,
let us know if you're still teaching. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you must just have the itch to get together with the guys and jam out, hey?
Yeah, definitely. It's weird not doing it for so long. I mean, it's kind of cool that we still have been able to write a bunch. We'd really like to like get together and demo. We kind of have enough material now where we would like to make good demos and then shop around for a studio and do another release or something. But yeah, that's kind of the next plan. And then we've actually we're trying to decide what to do with this next. Is that because the Hightailers is kind of like a punk. I've always kind of felt like it's like folk songs and we kind of mix it with like post-punk or something. And the stuff we've been writing lately is like kind of really branching off between it's like kind of more chill folk stuff or it's like really aggressive post-punk stuff. So we might kind of do like a full post-punk release, like, I don't know, 5 songs or something, and then a really folky, like kind of like Wilco vibes, folky thing. That's kind of the hope.
Right.
Yeah, because I saw on your Bandcamp that it's, how did you describe it?
I think Mark
punk?
wrote that.
I don't know. Punk? What was it? Punk, folk, shoegaze.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know who wrote that, and I don't know what shoegaze is really. I just know that
somewhere that it said reggae too.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, shoegaze technically is I think a term from the '60s where you have the British, like the Brit pop kind of artists, but they played the down tempo kind of songs, and they were always playing to their shoes. They were always looking down and playing their music, and they weren't into the crowd and whatever.
Right.
So they're shoegazing, and that's.
Yeah, I think when we wrote that, I think we thought it meant that you like have lots of effects pedals, and you're playing with them. Because I think that's what we mean by it, is like you're looking down at the floor by the pedals and just like tweaking them all the time.
Okay. I'm gonna look up.
You're gonna look up shoegazing?
Yeah, shoegaze.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's like an older term than when everyone had these huge pedal boards they were messing with.
Oh, actually, you might have it. Yeah. Shoegaze is subgenre of indie and alternative rock characterized by its ethereal mixture of obscure vocals, guitar distortion and effects, feedback, and overwhelming volume.
So you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I remember.
Yeah. See, I just said that you're right, and Mark's like, yeah, but I'm more.
Yeah. Originally termed shoegazing and sometimes conflated with dream pop is a subgenre. So then, because I remember reading an article about a blog about quality shoes. That's not what I was looking for.
That's the definition of it.
Yeah. No, but it has something to do with the British where they're looking at their shoes the whole time.
Yeah.
doing the show.
I think we're both right.
I think it
There
has
you
a
go.
combination of some sort. Yeah,
Yeah.
weird.
So the videos on YouTube where you filmed at Little Red, were
Yeah.
those done? Like, when were those recorded?
We did those last summer. Like it was like we recorded them probably that would have been like 9 or 10 months ago now. And
Okay.
then we released one, and this is kind of our problem with everything, is that we want to always do everything ourselves, and none of us like Mark's done some audio recording like training, and I've kind of just like picked it up from him and other places. So I feel like we have an idea, like all the stuff we've made, we've released it, or we've recorded it ourselves and released it ourselves, and it's kind of like has a lo-fi vibe because it's not the best recording. But then the video stuff too, Mark did all the editing for that, which is a ton of work, but it's like we're not like experts at it, so it took us kind of like probably a year. And I don't know how many we have up now from Little Red. It's like 3 or 4, and then like kind of a few months in between releasing them. But yeah, we recorded them probably 9-10 months ago, and then just been like putting them up online every once in a while.
Right. Did you do it all in the same day?
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, we did it in like an afternoon, and we just moved. I'm guessing you guys have like hung out at Little Red and been up there. There's some trails down that go down. The river keeps winding around, so you use trails that go down by the river. So we just moved around to a few different spots and found a spot we liked, and then set up the mic and recorded there.
So how did you decide to go into the woods and record something? Because I assume, and I'm not an audio engineer or something, but outdoors is not the best acoustics, I think.
Yeah, well, it depends on the kind of mic you have. Like it actually can be good because there's less like reflections, and usually reflections are like kind of not the greatest, but it's just like you can't set up a lot of stuff. You just get the one mic because you're just there with your laptop or like a handheld recorder or something. We just wanted to go do some acoustic stuff, and I don't know, if you're in PA, if you just want to do anything like that, you just think Little Red. It's like there's not a ton of other places to go, and then you can kind of go off in somewhere in the trees and people don't bother you, except for once we were doing one recording, and like in the middle of it, some guy was up the hill and he yelled at us. He's like, play Sound of Silence or something. He's like, wanted us to play that Simon and Garfunkel song. We were recording, so thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
We'll try that again.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but it's pretty quiet there otherwise, so it's just a good place to do. And then it was quiet, and then there's that one song we released where this helicopter flew by like right at the end of it, but I feel like it kind of like fit into the song. It was like a building in the song, and then there's a helicopter in the background. It worked out.
Well, there's one too where there's like the water trickling in the back too.
Yeah,
I thought that fit in good.
It's pretty loud. Like I think is louder than we'd maybe want it to be, but we're like, no, let's just go with it.
Well, see, it's either at Little Red or in a field.
Yeah, there's
Maybe.
more trees. Yeah, more trees
Here in
in Little Red.
Or do like, who was that? They were always in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
Taken by Sanity.
Taken by Sanity.
Yeah.
They're always, I want 2 of their videos, 2 or 3. They're like in the middle of some abandoned road. I thought that was like,
And it's funny because
There's no cars coming.
yeah.
No, and they didn't even realize that they did that multiple times already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, that should be like their little, like their niche, right?
And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, we did that a few times. Yeah. So
And there's
Maybe
someone
like-
making they're doing stuff in like a grain elevator. Have you seen those videos?
I have not.
in a
You should-
grain elevator?
I'll try to like maybe send a link to you guys, but they're recording stuff. Yeah, it's in a grain elevator, and it sounds really good. It's like really, really good recordings with all Saskatchewan bands. So you guys, I think I can't remember what it's, Elevator Sessions or something.
Is that like on YouTube or something?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube, and they're just videos
Okay.
of a few songs per band.
My gears are starting to go here.
What do you mean? Say it out loud.
No, not yet.
All right.
It might be stupid.
Elevator recordings. Let's check this out.
Elevator sessions. Or
Oh, did you say Sessions?
I think it's Sessions. Yeah, I think if you would look that up on YouTube, you'd probably find it.
good thing paying attention there, Joel.
Yes. So scatterbrained.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we can have some of our guests in like a grain elevator or an abandoned Quonset or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones are all like in actual elevators,
Okay.
like Pink
Ding.
Floyd.
There's got to be another.
Tiger.
Yeah, there must be another. Like they must be on their own channel and just call it that within their.
Are you
I
Nadav?
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nadav.
Joel's trying to Google something and he can't find it.
I tried grain elevator sessions. What do we got here?
You
Just
might have to.
stuff on grain elevators.
You might have to put Saskatchewan in there or something.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe
Should I
Yeah,
try?
you try.
Okay.
You try and find it.
I could try too. This is good podcast material right here. Hey?
Oh yeah.
Right?
It's what's that? Joel Rogan has the guy who just does this for him. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta
we'll
do-
We'll get there eventually, maybe, or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
This is way more fun.
Well, we'll put a call out for anybody who's as good as Jamie on the Joe Rogan experience. Can
Yeah.
hit us up.
And wants to come here for free every week to
yeah.
edit this. What am I looking for?
You're looking for grain elevator
yeah.
sessions or recordings or something. I would imagine the acoustics in the elevator would be pretty good, right?
I don't know. Like it would be weird. Like I don't know if it would be a good thing or a bad thing. Actually.
They're called the
Oh
vape.
look, the Vader. Yeah. Yep.
How did you find it? What did you type? Did you Google it or YouTube it?
Vader sessions on YouTube.
How did you find it?
I'm gonna have to give you training on how to Google things.
And it looks really good. Hey, like I don't know if you're looking at it now.
I
Got
just
really
found it there, yeah. Vader
maybe if we talk about them this much, they'll get a hold of us and let us do one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who do they got there? Hattie,
Hattie. Dump babes.
and the Night Jays.
Oh, and the sessions are like half an hour.
Yeah, so they must have like a full go through a bunch of songs, set list or something, and then maybe break them down into
Yeah.
each song.
Right.
I like it.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
I don't know how the bands are. They might suck, but
I'm
whatever.
trying to see the name on the elevator. What town would that be?
I think they must be just out of Saskatoon. I think one of I think the audio engineer is from Saskatoon. I don't know.
Interesting.
Recorded live off the floor of an old wooden grain elevator. So it doesn't actually say where.
Maybe they're trespassed and that's why they don't want to say.
And give up the spot.
Right?
Location, Canada.
There you go.
Cool, man.
How's it down?
Oh, they have Instagram too. Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
I've never met any of these people, and we're doing a lot of promotion.
That's okay. I don't mind promoting things.
Where the last gig that you guys played in Prince Albert, where was that at?
That was at it was like I think it was the Legion Hall, but I think there's maybe a couple of those in PA. It's like the one it's right downtown. It's kind of by the library, I want to say. Like
It's around the corner from Jam Street, isn't it?
yeah, like it's all pretty close there.
Yeah.
I can't remember which block it's actually on, but it was really cool. It was like a bigger room, and then Joel got a lot of people out there, and I don't know, it was just a fun show. It's kind of like we were kind of at the end of it, and then the COVID stuff happened. Kind of like, that's the last show. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a lot of fun. So
We were at the what they call it, the after party kind of like you had Chesterfest, and then they did at the golf and curling club.
right.
Golf curling club. They did another show when they were putting the couches away. They were storing them there, and then as they were moving them to permanent storage, they were like, "Well, we have them out, so might as well put on a show."
Right.
You weren't there, were you?
I was
No,
not.
You were not.
Yeah, I wasn't there either. Like that first Chesterfest, we didn't really do anything with it, and then this last summer we were gonna play at it and stuff. So it's kind of a bummer that didn't work out, but maybe the future it'll still happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling this year is not going to happen either.
Yeah, it might be another year yet, but
I don't think so. I think in Toronto, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ford actually banned like streaming concerts as well.
What?
Hell yeah, man.
Why?
I had
yeah.
posted it like because I haven't figured it out exactly. But I have a couple theories. Like one theory would be not because he doesn't want like the band to get together in one location, but maybe the theory is that like if you guys are streaming a concert, it would stop banning it would stop me from inviting like 10 of my friends over maybe and getting some beers and watching the concert. Maybe. I don't know. It didn't make much sense to me, but I'm
How is that different than saying, "Hey, Joel, you want to come over for supper?"
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of silly too. I'm gonna just check my phone here, but
it could make sense. Like, I don't think you could do if you're gonna make it sound good. I don't think you could do like the live streaming without like 12 people there. Like with the band plus someone running the sound, someone running the live stream. Like I've kind of just seen some of that stuff. It's like it's quite an operation. So,
but if you have a big enough venue, you could.
Yeah, you just spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty silly when yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah. What else? What else is there? What's left?
I'm gonna Google that. I'm gonna try and Google that.
I guess you could go to church.
Yeah, you have 30 people there. Actually, there's a church just like where we moved, just a few blocks down, and they have like super good live stream. They've like done a ton of work, and yeah, so some people kind of know how to do that stuff and make it sound good.
So yeah, April 6th.
You found it?
Well, I found one article that said music industry questioning Ford government's decision to ban live streamed shows.
That's weird.
Yeah, he banned it for a month. Let's see if it says why. It was an emergency break plan for 4 weeks, but no like specific reason why.
Break what?
Because films and TV shoots continue throughout the province.
Yeah.
But yet you can't stream live music
from your couch.
Yep. Crazy. You didn't hear about that?
No.
That was a week or two ago.
Especially artists who are just like who are still trying to make money that way. That's all they have, right? Like that's.
Oh, for sure.
That's rough.
I can't wrap my head around it. I don't understand it, and I was trying to. The only thing that kind of made sense was like maybe to prevent a gathering of people watching it. But even then, it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah. And then now.
But again, if you do it from a church.
Well, how can you still film a TV show? There's got to be a crew.
Do it in a church.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Or go to Costco.
Ask Ford. Yeah, right?
You can shoot it at Costco.
Yeah.
Or IKEA or Walmart.
Yep. In the parking lot.
No, inside.
Just go inside and do it.
Yeah. In front of Cheerios.
What's our restrictions right now?
Right now in Saskatchewan?
Yeah, it's just family or something.
Immediate households, 10 people outside. Like 30. I don't know about restaurants or anything like because before there was a while where like I knew a guy who played drums quite a bit, and he was still playing shows. Like they just have 30 people at these like bars in Saskatoon and stuff. They're still going, but I don't know about now if that's done or what.
If I look puzzled, that's because I saw a dog behind you and it looked like he was walking on the roof.
It was a cat.
Yeah. That's
Was that a dog or a cat?
Watch. See, he's on the roof.
Oh, it's a dog.
That's my dog. She's
on the roof.
She's a roof dog.
Okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, good.
What's your dog's name?
Cree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Camera shy?
She's a pretty. Can you see her? Oh, she's
No.
like right here. I thought she was making an appearance.
Look at that.
She's a good dog. She
What
like
the hell is she
sits.
doing up on the roof?
She sits like that, so that my deck is like here, and then the roof of the garage is just. I don't know if you can see it. It's like right. It's not hard for her to get up there, but she sits at the peak of the garage like an ornament, and people walking by are just like double take every time. She's like, is that a statue? So my thing is, if our dog ever dies, I'm just gonna make a statue and put it up on the peak, and then people who got used to seeing her walking by will be like, it was a statue all along. that wasn't a real dog.
That's cool. I like it.
That wasn't a cat.
I don't know. I look like a cat to
Do you
me.
have cats?
No, I'm actually, me and my wife are allergic, so can't do cats. I'm trying to keep my brother Mark from getting a cat too, so that we can still hang out.
And you said he's living out in North Battleford as well.
Yeah,
right?
he's there too. So he's just like, I don't know, a little 5-minute drive away. So we kind of have our jam space set up in his basement, and like for demoing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Very cool. And then so the songs that like the ones from Little Red on YouTube are those the ones that were on your EP?
No,
Like
there's
Spotify.
So I don't think there's any from that Little Red session that are on Spotify, because on Spotify I think we just have our like newer album. But then I did one song from the EP, The Lucky Ones, I did there, and I think the rest are, I did 2 that are kind of like more of the folky stuff that we've been writing. So I think that those kind of, there's 2 of them that I think we'll try to record some more like of a folky thing. We're even talking about we might like kind of change the name, because we picked the Hightailers name when we were like in grade 10 or something, and we kind of like, it's fine. It's kind of like a classic punk name where it's like the something, but we might like kind of branch, like kind of have the same like social media, like Facebook page and stuff and YouTube channel, but still have the more aggressive stuff under a different name and the more folky stuff under a different name. We're kind of like hashing all this stuff out, but they're just like becoming so different, where some stuff's so, kind of softer, and then some stuff's really aggressive, like just shouting and stuff. So they're not really.
I definitely noticed that today too. To go from like the Little Red sessions to, I'm not sure the names of them, but a couple of them on Spotify, I was like, oh, okay, big jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was good, right? Like it definitely made me think of like 80s punk for sure. I'm trying to figure out which song that was.
Or 90s punk or 2000s punk.
Well, I was thinking
all the punks.
The punks. I was thinking 80s, but let's see if I can find that one song.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Like that's, I don't know, that's kind of what we're shooting for a little bit. I think lots of the stuff too has kind of a little bit of a reggae influence too. Like I feel like that is definitely, it's in there in some of the stuff.
I don't think I can play this right now. I won't be able to.
I'm trying to think who. Oh, Tyler Gilbert. We had another artist that went from also folky music. His next album was a little bit harder rock,
more like electric rock.
Yeah, and then his last album was just heavy metal almost.
Yeah.
There's quite a few artists I feel like they can change and evolve, and it's like, I don't know, like you can tell that it's still the same artist. It's just kind of like genre shifting, and I kind of usually appreciate that stuff. And there's also some, because we're more like in the aggressive thing, it is kind of tough when it comes to like, we're still thinking about like when we play shows again, it's really hard to, when you're playing a show, you just like, if you're playing aggressive and fast, you just want to keep the energy high and keep going like that. And so if you go and play a super slow song, it kind of kills it. And even just venues, like we play one venue that's like kind of like a more punk aggressive, like where metal and punk bands would play. And then it's like, do we fit in that situation or not? So I think it'll kind of help too with like where we play shows. We'll be like, this is like a punk show, and then this is like more of a, people can like play at a coffee shop and people could sit down or whatever, just where it makes more sense with the music. But there's still bands that like, we have lots of bands we like that totally bridge. I don't know how they do it. They play like soft songs and then they have like full on hardcore songs, and some bands can make it work. I don't know if we're if we're doing it. But like right now, it's kind of seeming like we're probably gonna like split it into 2 different projects, see how that goes.
Yeah, because you don't want to have a mosh pit going and then play a ballad or folk song right after.
Calm down.
I'm curious on like creating this set list process. Can you give me a little insight on that? Like, how do you guys decide what kind of show you're going to play?
Yeah, well, we like lots of times it's like whatever pops up. We've never been like we're doing it ourselves, like putting on shows ourselves and PA and stuff, because PA has some good, it's got like a scene, but everyone's so different, so you kind of got to like cater it. Like if Joel Rose asks us to do a show and it's a bunch of rock bands, it's like we can pull it off and do like the more aggressive stuff, but maybe there's like the song that's full on screaming, maybe we don't play that song or something. But if then we could also say like, yeah, this is gonna be more of like a chill event, like a sit down thing or something, then we'd go to more like the softer stuff. But I think mostly for set lists, we like kind of I usually want to like, let's just do something that we think, it's funny because you're always wrong. You're like, let's do something that we think the audience will like, but you never really know what the audience is gonna like. But then the rest of the guys in the band are like, let's just like throw it out the window and just play like the stuff that's like super, like just a screaming song when everyone's just like standing there awkwardly. They don't care about like trying to, I don't know, make them happy. They just kind of like go wild with it. I'm like, no, we have to make sure everyone's comfortable.
So has that happened frequently where you've like made a set list and then go on stage and then throughout the course of the show, like you switch it up
on the spot, just
on the spot or something?
There's been a little bit of that. Usually it's like we have the set list and then sometimes we play way faster than we think we're going to play. And then we like look at the clock and like we still have 4 minutes to fill, and we just kind of give each other a look, and then we play like the like hardcore song or something really aggressive. And then but what we'd like to do more so though is like, I don't know if you guys know the band Fugazi.
Yep. Yeah,
like they I don't think ever made a set list. They just like kind of like would play a song and then kind of like see what it led into.
Feel it out kind of thing.
We haven't done it like too much live just because we're too, it feels like too nervous to like, it's like you're finally in front of people, you kind of want to just like have everything down. But when we jam, like we've done lots of times where we just jam for hours and hours and kind of like do lots of improv stuff, and we just kind of do that where we just like kind of slowly get like kind of faded into the next song and stuff like that. And that's like because I think Fugazi did that a lot, and that's kind of like an art where you're creating something in between songs. You're doing a little like improvisation into the next thing. And we haven't done that a lot, but that's something we'd like to do, because when we're like jamming, we practice it for hours, and then it's kind of fun because it's just something that comes out that's totally brand new, and then you realize that it'll like lead into this song that we actually have ready. But we don't, when we've played, it's like usually the last song, or like, hey, let's go for it, let's do something crazy. Right. Yeah,
but you guys have been together so long that it's not about can we pull this off, it's more like, is the crowd gonna like this?
Yeah, true. Right? And then well, it's always sometimes falls on the face too. Like you think you've given someone a cue, like you give them a look. Yeah. The other person in the band, like, we're gonna go here, and they don't pick it up. They go to something totally different, and it definitely doesn't always work, because it's just like you're doing it one time, and it might never happen again. So, but it's definitely like when you play with people a lot, you start to get to the point where you're like, I understand that cue you're giving me, and I know where we're going. Yeah. So I think we've been able to do that a little bit.
Yeah, I'm by no means a DJ or anything, but I've been asked to play some music at weddings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see a crowd go from, I don't know, a country song line dance to the pop song that they're going out of control in like 3 seconds, like 3 songs.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to feel.
Yeah.
See what's going on the floor, and
the
then
crowd.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. That was weird.
What happened?
Phone call.
Yeah. So you said you just got married?
I got married like almost 3 years ago, and then Mark got married almost 2 years ago, and Steven's getting married in like a couple weeks. So I've been married a little bit.
Right. So you're
Why?
No, I was gonna say
Same
like
thing again.
your wives have been like witness to the growth of the band.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
So I started dating my wife like 5 years ago now, or something, 6 years ago. And but we were dating long distance, so whenever we play a show, we do a cover of Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. So that's like, she's been around. She wasn't always around for those because we were dating long distance, but like, yeah, she's been around the longest. And then well, the girl Steven's marrying, she's like been our friend for years. So she's kind of like, she really likes like pop country, so she never really understands what we're doing, but she's always come to shows and stuff, which is, this kind of means more that she doesn't like get the music, but she still always shows up. But it's, definitely like seeing the band change. And it's kind of, when you're married, I feel like it makes stuff different, just like how much free time you have. And but I think all of our like wives or partners, they really get that we, like, this is something that's really important to us. So even they just, I don't know, like my wife Rachel's really supportive of whenever it's like, gotta practice, gotta go play a show, like want to just like, especially like just every week now, because all I can really do is like focus on writing, that she understands that that's something I like take time to do. So yeah, I don't know. Marriage is great. Were you saying that marriage wasn't great before?
I'm definitely not married. I've got common law. That's where I'm at for 9 years now, I think. Something like that.
And is that great?
Yeah. It's
Why?
The same thing.
That's exactly it. It is the same thing, in my opinion.
I've been married for 14 years this year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why? No, just kidding.
I don't know. Green card.
A green card marriage. Yeah, there you go. Fuck, I had a question. I was gonna follow that up with something and I don't remember now.
Like
Damn it.
from marriage?
Yep.
Kids?
No, sorry. It was about the writing aspect of it. I was gonna ask you
Oh yeah.
if you've ever so if you're taking time out of the day, like, do you take time out in the day specifically to, sit down for a half an hour and try and write?
I've kind of, for me, it's been like every weekend, like every day off I have, I just end up doing it. Like, I'm not super good at being disciplined at it, but every day off I have, I'm like, I actually, more recently, I've been more disciplined with it. Like, I'm gonna take like at least an hour or two or whatever, and get something, work, like make sure that the song I'm working on has more pieces to it than it did before. Yeah.
So what do you do, like, as an artist, what do you do when you're taking that time to, let's say you've got 2 hours on a Saturday evening, or like right now, that you want to focus on writing this song that isn't quite finished yet, but you're just unmotivated to do so? How do you get yourself in that space?
That's a good question that I wish I had a good answer to, because most of the time I've been trying to write music, I'll just not do it. I'll just put it off. And I think like I'm not great at it still. I'm getting better at it this last little while, because before it'd take me like a year and a half or more to like finish a song, because I just wouldn't know what's next to build on it.
Right.
But for
it's like finding that inspiration to follow, right? Yeah. Okay.
And I read a book by like Jeff Tweedy, is like the singer Wilco. He wrote a book called How to Write One Song. I just got that for Christmas and read it a bunch. And lots of people say this, where there's like, you gotta like just create, like you gotta make that time, that space, that whatever you do to help you create whatever. It's like the same room, the same day, you have a drink or something, and then you just do it. And if you keep doing that, and if you just force yourself to do it, you're gonna make something. It doesn't have to be something you use. That's another thing for me too, is like I always used to, if I didn't like it, if I didn't love it right away, I wouldn't even write it down or record it or anything. And lately I've just been like, this doesn't have to be the final draft. This is just me getting something down. So and then one day too, I was just like, I'm gonna finish this song today. I just had chords, and like at the end of the day, I was like, okay, lyrics are done and everything. And but then it's just like it's just like other things in life where it's like every once in a while you're way more motivated to do it, or you have way more inspiration. And then you get to tie it back to like marriage or relationships. It's like every once in a while everything's just clicking and going, it was great. And other times it's like a little bit of a grind and you're not sure. But those times when it's like you feel inspired, it's just really fun to write. And then you have
flows, right?
Yeah, it just flows, and then you get a lot more done in those times. But if you create the structure where you just make sure that for me, it's every week that on the day off I'm writing something, and it's been like way more productive than I've been in the past. So
excellent.
Yeah,
that kind of ties into what I do. Like my background is in web design, and it's also a creative process. But for me, it's usually because it's a job, I have to do it, within a certain time frame. But a lot of the times, if I run into some sort of block where I'm like, okay, this is not going where I want it to go. Some people have asked me like, what do you do then? I just step away from it. I'll come back to it next like the next day or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I still can't get around that block, I just start something new, and then hopefully I'll get around that block that way.
Yeah, I agree. Like if you start something new or just move on to something completely different, especially like with music, there's lyrics are a totally different ball game than putting your chord progression together or something, right? Like you can take a break from one thing and move to something else and see if that catches anything.
Yeah. And then that design that I initially started where I got blocked on, kind of, if the new design ends up the final product, and I still have something else for a future project, maybe.
Right.
I might not use it.
Yeah.
At least it's there.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you say that you do the majority of the writing for the music you guys play, or do the other guys do you guys all have your part in it? You know what I mean? Like, does Steve come and say, hey, I've got these lyrics or whatever, and vice versa?
Yeah, I've been we've always like really enjoyed collaborating or like editing each other, working on each other's ideas and stuff. So everything we've released so far, actually, I think is like a song that I kind of had. Well, I would just maybe have parts of it together, and then together we'd work on it. And usually like the melody and lyrics have been something I've done. Mark's done some lyrics too. And then back in the old days, Sam had a bunch of songwriting stuff. But I think for us, it's really important. Like, it's kind of a bummer now that we can't all get together, but me and Mark will do a lot to like get a structure ready. And then lots of times when we've gotten ready to record, I'll just sit down with Sam and we'll like talk through what the bass is going to do. And then really like it's the combination of his idea and my idea just is like, it's like always better than the separate things. But we all like feel pretty free to kind of critique each other's parts, I think. And like with drums, we like really talk through, like, I usually come to Mark, I'm like, this is the rhythm idea I want. And he'll either say cool and we'll build off that, or he'll say that's stupid and we'll work on something else. We're brothers, so like it gets heated sometimes. We're just yelling at each other and stuff. But yeah, like it's every time we go to write some, yeah. Oh man, you have no idea. There's been so many situations where Sam and Steven are totally used to it now, but other people who aren't used to it, they're just like, you guys are about to kill each other. No, this is how we write. It's that. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's every time I'll have an idea. Like I always have lots of ideas. Usually I'll like in my head, I'll even have like, okay, this is what I want every piece to do. and then we actually jam it, and it's never what I had in my head, and it's usually something a lot better. So like even like Steven, like lately he's busy, he's in a different city, so like when he can, he'll just come and like do the like the top layer stuff where like all the structure has been pinned down, and the stuff he does is just like incredible. The stuff that just sits on top. And he's the kind of guy too where he'll just do a pass and play something, and then you'll go and do another pass, he'll play a totally different thing, and it's like, what was the first thing you played? And he's like, I don't know, it's just gone. He's just like he's just a machine where it's something different every time. So
I hope you recorded that.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I like dynamics like that.
Right. I like the not spontaneity, the I guess inconsistency of it. Like the fact that, like what he said, he'll play it once and then you're like, well, what was that first thing? He's like, I don't know.
That's
like,
how my wife cooks.
Yeah.
Hey, if it turns out good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Can you make this again? Nope.
Nope.
Damn it.
All right. So I have to go to the bathroom like so bad. I'm gonna just throw that out there and be honest about it.
Well, we're about at an hour.
Right. So where would be the best place where do you want us to direct people to go check out your music?
So we got those videos on YouTube, and then Bandcamp. I'd say Bandcamp. Bandcamp is like the best thing that everyone should use and no one does, right? Because it's like, I think all our stuff too, I think you can just go and download it or stream it, and then like it's just, there's potential that you can like, you just, with ours too, it's just like pay whatever you want or don't pay at all. But yeah, so everything I think we have is on Bandcamp, and then some things are on Spotify, and yeah, so, and then everything on our Facebook page is linked. So
I had the link open and then I closed it. So I think it's is it the hightailers.bandcamp.com?
Yeah, I think that's right. And if you just go to our Facebook page too and scroll, you'd find all the links we have to everything too. So we're not great. We're not great at like social media stuff, but yeah, it's all up there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Are you okay if we end the episode with one of your songs this week?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Which one would you want us to feature for the audience?
Cessation is the first song I think on the album, which is called Cessation, so that should be easy. Yeah, that's
according to Bandcamp, it's the second one.
Okay, sorry, second one. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I don't know if our orders are all the same and everything, but
it's the first on Spotify.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. I will. We'll I guess coast into that for the outro of this week's episode. Well, I really appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging with us.
I know there was some rescheduling things, but we made it work. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. Appreciate all that. And thanks for doing this. We don't get the opportunity to do stuff like this a lot, so that's awesome.
Well, I'm hoping that we'll get you back on the show and we'll get the other guys on as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll dive into Cessation now.
Ground dust is Battleford.